Hello,
Hi,
welcome back
we're back.
to our channel. Right, I suppose you want to know what we've been up to this week. Well, we're going to tell you even if you don't want to know. Shall, what we've been doing?
Well, basically, as we told you in previous videos, our mum was born in Calcutta because she was an army kid and my granddad was in the army. My nan, my mum's mum, she was born somewhere abroad, we don't know where. Well, we assume she was, but we're trying to find out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Where she actually came from. Because obviously Sam's quite dark and so is my brother. So we sent off for a DNA test, haven't we, Mamps?
We have, yeah.
It hasn't arrived yet. It's
No.
been 9 bloody days, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
we're really looking forward to it.
We're excited.
Me doing it because I'm the darker one. I mean, I know we've got familial DNA. We know that, obviously, because we're blood sisters.
Yeah.
Full blood sisters. But we just want to know, because we're so different. I mean, obviously, we've got features that are the same because we're sisters.
Yeah.
But we just want to know what this ethnicity is.
Yeah, because your hair's really thick, a lot thicker
dark
than mine.
and
dark.
wiry, my
Yeah,
hair
it's
is.
like a bush.
Really,
It's like a
really-
bloody bush. I
it
dyed
is.
it for her today and it was like a nightmare.
Honestly, if I don't wear my hair, when I wear my hair down, I look like Hagrid. No, my hair is so big. It's like 1980s. Here we go. It was fine in the 80s, but
Yeah.
when you're in 2024,
Oh, bless
it's not
you.
a good look. That's why I wear it up all the time. 'Cause
Yeah, the
it's a bit
spooky thing was we sat there having a chat outside the other night and we were talking about my mum and how she grew up, and my mum lived in Calcutta. She lived in Egypt. She lived in Cyprus. She lived all over the world, didn't
Burma.
she? Burma. But Grandad was a very private person, weren't he, her
Yeah,
dad?
yeah.
So obviously when my Grandad died in 1991 and my mum was going through his things, she found a load of stuff, didn't she?
Yeah,
Like
load of
letters
letters.
from relatives who we didn't even know existed.
Yeah, my
He's-
granddad's brothers apparently.
He's got
wasn't
5
it?
brothers as well, Grandad has.
So obviously, as a lot of Irish people did at the time, there wasn't a lot of work in Ireland. Our particular family was from Belfast,
Yeah.
weren't they, in Northern Ireland? And so around the
1930s, probably.
Yeah, mid-20s to 30s, they all started no, I've just touched the mic. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. They all started emigrating. Some went to
Australia.
We know they went to Australia. We know they went to Canada.
Yeah.
2 went to America. One
Yeah.
New York.
Hey, look, we've put
See
our
the
New York
top-
sweatshirts on because we do know that one of my granddad's brothers, well, 2 of them, sorry, were policemen in the Bronx.
Yeah.
One
yeah,
was a Canadian Mountie.
yeah.
One went to Liverpool because my granddad always says, we're related to John Lennon.
Because that's our surname.
Yeah, 'cause that's-
My mum's maiden name is Lennon, but that's
Yeah.
a bit of a standing joke. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody probably in Lennon always goes, oh, yeah, related to John
Yeah.
Lennon. But yeah, he did have a brother they're all brothers. One stayed in Liverpool.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I don't know if any of you lot have ever tried to do this when you've got grandparents or possibly parents that have been army children in the 1940s. It's trying to
really
find
difficult.
the birth certificate.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do and find information, not necessarily about the birth certificate, but it's my grandma, because my granddad obviously was in the British Army, went over to India,
Yeah.
met my grandma there, who had the maiden name of Baker,
Yeah.
which we assume was English, but my grandma, which we'll show you a picture of, we'll put it up for you,
Yeah.
was very dark. Wasn't she?
Yeah.
Almost Israeli. I mean,
Israeli,
we're looking
we
and
don't know.
we've been going through everything. Like, is she from Northern India?
Yeah.
Where we said, because
Albania.
I'm really into Freddie Mercury at the minute, so I'm really hoping she comes from Zanzibar, because I'll be over the moon. But no, I'm obsessed with him since I watched that film Bohemian
stop
Rhapsody.
it.
Anyway, I'm going off
Bloody
on a
hell.
tangent. But yeah, we don't know whether she's from there. We've thought about, yeah, you're right,
Israeli,
Armenia.
Armenian, like, a bit like Gene
Israeli.
Simmons, that type of
Yeah.
hair and colouring.
Yeah, yeah.
We do think that she's from somewhere
But we're
in
just,
Asia. Well,
yeah, we're just really determined to try and find out.
we want to get back. We want to find it.
Yeah, we just want to find whether she is. We think she is a mixture of.
She's mixed race,
yeah,
but we
mixed
don't know
race.
what.
Yeah, definitely.
And we wanna
I think
find out.
I think our great granddad was English with the Baker name, but I think she was like. But you see, in those days,
But Grandma Lennon, obviously, she passed away when I was 3.
which was Baker,
Just
yeah.
not really remember her. But Grandma had a sister and brother who lived in India, and they emigrated to Australia.
Yeah,
Auntie
they were-
Rita
Yeah.
and Uncle Michael.
But they
He
were
was a
half,
priest,
they
weren't
were-
he?
Yeah, they were half
Yeah.
siblings, weren't they?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she was really close to them because her dad died, I believe.
Yeah.
And then her mum married again.
And we know they went to Australia, didn't we?
Because
We know
mum went over, didn't she?
Yeah, Mum went over in the
90s.
90s to meet Auntie Rita because
Yeah,
it
she
was
loved it.
a mum's sister.
Yeah.
But we don't know anything. We've spoken to our mum about it, haven't we? But she don't
But
really know a lot.
yeah, she's really vague about it. And I think it's because she genuinely, in
Doesn't
those
know.
days, you didn't really ask.
No.
You know, you just accepted who you were
Yeah.
and that was it. But we're just really want to know,
We
don't
do.
we? It's like
See,
a family mystery. We'll
what,
keep you
Mum?
updated.
Mum, before my mum went to Australia, well, you went to London with my mum, didn't you?
Yes.
Because she needed to get
A birth certificate.
Because my mum was born in Calcutta, and her birth was registered in New Delhi. She was not registered as a British citizen, was she?
No, she
You
was,
had to go down. You had to go to London,
she
didn't
was
you?
registered as a British citizen, but they couldn't find a birth
That's it.
certificate
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was in New Delhi. So we had to go down to St Catherine's House, I think it was.
In London.
In London, and she had to have an interview, and they she had
God's
to
sake.
had to prove
Who she
basically
was,
who she
so
was.
she could get a passport to go to Australia, weren't it?
Yeah, that's right. But the thing is, I found a few things on. I think it was Ancestry or My Heritage. It's one of them
Yeah,
anyway.
it's My Heritage, I think.
And we found the passenger lists when Mum and her brothers went over to Egypt or
Yeah.
coming back from
Yeah.
India. We found all those.
Because they lived in Cairo as well, didn't
But
they?
it's just the mystery of my grandma, really, and we just really want we want to know more about it because obviously Shell
We
was.
didn't know her.
How old were you when she died?
I was 3.
I mean, my mum was only 21 when she lost her mum, bless her, which must have
It
been
might have
really
been 4. Could have been 4, I think.
Yeah, and I think Terry was my older brother.
Was a baby.
Yeah, he was only a baby.
Yeah.
So
we-
obviously I was never born.
We
I
only
wasn't
know
born, just
what
it
Mum's
wasn't born.
told us about her mum, because obviously we didn't have a grandma.
No.
And she said she was a lovely woman, didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah, really gentle.
Yeah, and we've seen pictures of her, but we don't know anything else. And we know if anybody has any ideas on how we can find out,
Yeah. It's
how do you go about
we
it?
just don't know. I mean, we've Googled it like everybody does.
Yeah.
We've Googled
We don't
the
know
hell
what
of
to
it,
do.
but we've come to a stalemate of
We have.
finding out exactly where she comes from, and
Because obviously she came back to the UK and they lived in Derby. They were living on in barracks because my
Barracks,
granddad was in
yeah.
the army for a long time.
Yeah.
And they finished up in Derby, didn't they?
Yeah, and I think, did he end up at Bramcote?
I don't know,
and
but
then
he was like-
decided to move, and then left, and
He was
bought a
in
house
the army.
Leeds,
Yeah, he was in the army, and then when he came out the army, he was still employed by the army. He was like working in the stores, I think,
Was
giving
he? I didn't
uniforms
know
out and
that.
everything. Yeah,
Oh right.
yeah. But Grandad, he was a postmaster general as well.
Yeah.
he was in the post office, and then when he
Yeah.
retired,
And he did all the accounts for the polo ponies
Yeah,
over
yeah.
in New Delhi. I know
my
that.
granddad was such a clever man, weren't
Yeah,
he?
he really was.
But he was very secretive, so we never knew. He used to tell us about his brothers, changing the subject a little bit, and he told us that his brothers were, one was a Canadian Mountie, 2 were in New York,
Yeah.
one was on the beat, and one was
Quite high up.
Quite high up,
in
yeah.
New York. Anyway, the name's Lennon.
The
If
name is Lennon, yeah.
If anyone ever, knows anyone, but we'll find out. Not that we're going to intrude on anybody's
we
lives.
just want to know, because obviously
it's
it was
just-
so funny. We went into Google, as you do, we put our surname, or was that, no, that was when my other granddad, we put this surname in, and it said this woman had shot her husband in Texas in
Oh, yeah.
1864. I said,
Because-
just our bleeding luck, it'll be a serial killer or some murderer.
Our parental side, our
Yeah.
name is Carmen, which is
Yeah.
a German name. It used to have a double N, and then it was dropped,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because of all the anti-German
Yeah.
feeling, obviously, in the First
Yeah.
World War. So they dropped it. And my dad's great-grandparents came over here at the turn of the century
Yeah.
to do the sugar boiling, which is like
Yeah.
a proper working class
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
They came over here for a fresh start. And
Yeah.
then obviously the First World War started and everyone...
So my great granddad was German, and our great grandma, we think she was
French. I didn't know that till you told me that.
So
this is on our paternal side.
and we know that he got killed, didn't he, in the war?
Oh yeah, that was really sad because.
And he weren't very old.
No,
And in the park where we live, there's like a cenotaph in the park, isn't there?
Yeah, and he's
his
on
name's
there.
on the top there.
Yeah, it is. Oh, bless him.
He was really young, weren't he?
Yeah, he went away to war, obviously left my great-grandma at home, and she was pregnant with my granddad Carmen, and he got killed over there. So granddad never really, I think he was about 1 or 2, wasn't it? He was very young.
Yeah, there's 3 kids. She had 3 kids.
He was really young, so he didn't really know his dad that well, only that he was a fallen war hero, and he fought, even though he was German, he fought for Britain.
UK,
You know,
but we know nothing else.
Yeah. So our family is rather...
It's very mysterious. Like we want to find out where Nan come from, who our great-grandparents were, and where they came from.
Yeah.
That's what we really want to know.
Yeah.
But we're confused. We're at a stalemate, really, until we've done this DNA.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to do the DNA test, aren't you? Because you're the darker one.
Yeah, I know. We know we're obviously a familiar match, like we say, but we just...
Once we've got that done and we find out, we might have a little turning point.
I won't stop till I find out what happened in India. Because it's just curiosity to know whether my grandma is Indian, whether it's, because her dad worked on the not that again, I'm so sorry. Worked on the railways, and I know that so many people, Armenians, Indians, English, Chinese, they brought so many people labourers in to work on it. She could virtually be any race, couldn't she, really? Yeah. So that's what we've been doing, and like I say, we've found come to a bit of a stop with it. I mean,
we've got a lovely photo of her, as we said. Yeah, and you'll be really surprised when you see the photo.
Oh, my grandma.
I know, and I don't think I look anything like her. You do look a bit like her. My daughter Hannah looks a bit like Nan. Her features, don't she?
Yeah.
But some people know all their history, don't they? We don't.
We don't.
We haven't got photos. Because my granddad
I know that
didn't keep anything.
The Carmen side comes from Berlin. I do know that. Yeah. I do know they came from Berlin and came over, but that's as much as I know, really.
We're more interested in my mum's side at the moment, and looking to see where my grandma came from.
Why we're so different in colouring, because you can understand, really, because Shell's quite fair, but that's obviously the German side, and it's a lot taller than me. Well, we're not taller than me.
I'm shrunk now. Jesus Christ, that's what the cushion in my backside to make me look a bit taller. When you see me again, I'll probably be about 3'1". My bones are crumbling. Jesus Christ, I ain't that old.
Yeah, so we've got that German side, and then obviously we've got the Irish side with them all emigrating and going wherever they went.
So all the grandkids have got, the girls have got pale blue eyes like my granddad had. Like you've got your pale blue eyes. They've all got, whereas mine are green, yours are pale blue, aren't they?
Well, they say that green eyes are Irish eyes, don't they?
Do they?
I don't know. Green and blue, I think.
God.
But,
But that will be an interesting one, won't it?
Yeah, we'll tell you more. But like I say, if anyone's had any experience of trying to find records of when grandparents or parents or great-great-grandparents have been born overseas within the British forces, I know
please let us know.
Please let us know how you did it. I mean, I know there is military records, but...
They only go so far back, and you've got to... I know you have to pay. We're not bothered about that, are we?
No, because we want to find out.
We want to find out where our roots are, don't we?
Yeah, but if anyone's got any ideas of how we go about it, I don't know, we might have to go down to a trip to St Catherine's House in London.
Yeah, you never know.
We'll take you down there with us, one of them steady camps.
Yeah, good idea. You might have some really rich relatives somewhere in Texas, like an oil baron. I'll be like, I'm your long-lost great, I don't know, second cousin.
Yeah.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, really
3 holidays in America, because we've always felt really drawn to America. Hence, that's why we've both got our New York tops on. Look, see.
I love New York. I really want to go to New York.
Me too.
I find it fascinating. I really do. I'd really love to go. And I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, you know.
Oh, I don't fancy Hawaii.
I know.
Only because Dog the Bloody Bounty Hunter lives there, isn't it? Sick of watching him, honest to God. Remember when he was married to Beth? I did like Beth, though.
Yeah.
The lady that passed away.
Yeah, Beth was...
Now he's married to Francine. Is it Francine or Francie?
Yeah. But Beth always... My mum reminds me of Beth a
little
bit.
Savage,
the way that she looks, but that's exactly the way my mum would be.
She but kind.
But
in
kind
certain
and lovely.
Situations, but
and
savage.
Family orientated. Anyway, I don't know how we've gone on to Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Because you used to watch it all the time. I'm sick of watching bloody stuff like that. I want to watch something normal. Every time I try and watch something... I get about a third. We watched this film last night. What were it? What did we watch last night?
We watched Because we love the Rami Malek Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Brilliant.
love that film. We decided to watch the Amy Winehouse one, and it just didn't do it for us, did it?
Honest to God, that was a load of pile of shit. Honest to God, I thought it was rubbish.
I
could do a bloody better job than that.
I mean, I really loved Amy Winehouse. I felt so sorry for her. I remember in the 90s, and she weren't much more than a kid, was
Yeah.
she? Running through the streets with bare
I know,
feet and a
bless
bleed.
her.
Just felt so sorry for her because she was obviously so entangled in all this
Yeah.
mess of drugs and drink.
But we're saying Amy Winehouse because we were looking at Jewish people,
Yeah.
and her features are a bit like our nans, aren't
Yeah,
they? That's what
that's another thing.
Yeah.
That Israeli could possibly
Yeah,
be. We've gone on
probably.
that, but
We don't
yeah,
know.
we tried to watch the Amy Winehouse film and we didn't find it very good. I mean, you might have a like it.
I
you
don't
might
know if
think
it's because of my
great.
age, but I watch stuff on telly. After about
what's
10
going
minutes, I
on
just
in
look
the
at you,
area.
don't I, and go,
I know, she's really hard to please.
I don't like anybody, I don't know what's up with
can't
me.
stop watching. I know we're going off the subject here from DNA and stuff,
Oh
but I can't stop watching Brassic. I love it. I've only just discovered it through
yeah,
you,
I told
wasn't
you
it?
about
You
it because I
told us
love
about
Brassic.
it.
It really makes me laugh.
Oh my
It's
goodness,
so funny.
it's really
and then
good.
you can just imagine them people being so real, can't you?
Well,
Always
there's
getting
like
up to something.
little characters of that you can see from
people
all
that we
this,
know.
with people that we know, not as
Yeah, when we were
outrageous as
when we were
that, but
kids.
when we were kids, there was that type of
Yeah.
people on there, really good people, but you
Yeah.
know, a bit naughty, really. But yeah, we loved it. But anyway, I think that's about it for this vid. I'm sorry we went a bit off the subject with the.
Sorry, we always do it,
We
don't
always
we?
do, but
we
like
are going
I
to be back
said,
soon.
We will be back soon, and hopefully we'll do the DNA test and see what happens.
Yeah.
But anyone out there, like I said, who's ever researched their family and run across these obstacles where they've been in
Yeah.
a different country.
Please let us know.
I mean, bearing in mind this is like when was Mum born? 1944.
Mum was born in 44. My grandma was 21, so my grandma was born in 1920, I think.
Yeah. I
So
think
she
it
must
was.
have been born in Calcutta,
Yeah.
and she met my grandma when she was
I
about
thought it was New
18.
Delhi. I did. Where
Well,
have you got that from?
that's where her birth was registered.
Oh, right.
Mum's birth registered in New Delhi. It's all around the same area, I think. Don't give me loads of horrible comments if I'm wrong.
No.
But yeah, it will be interesting, won't it?
Yeah. We'll let you know. Anyway, I've been rambling on for 17 minutes.
Sorry.
Anyway, I hope you all had a good week and you'll have a
Yeah.
good week to come. And hopefully
We'll be
we'll
back.
be well. We'll be back again next week. See you
Yeah.
later, guys.
Bye.